In this video I'll show the simple, effective way to treat or release trigger points in your calf muscles. And for treating and releasing trigger points yourself, you've got two main options. Now I'll demonstrate them on my forearm first so it's easy to see, then we'll do the calf muscles. Now the first option is where you apply pressure with your thumb or some sort of a tool such as a ball or roller and wait till the pain fades or the muscle relaxes. Now that's painful, not that easy to do, and if you've had any experience with that technique before, you'll know that the problem practically always comes back again. Now the other alternative is to simply find the trigger point and sit the head of a vibration massager on it and leave it on it for about 30 seconds. Now what's happening is, as this diagram shows, the vibrations penetrate deeply and have a heap of highly beneficial effects that basically dissolve the trigger points. Now that's much better. Now, there's some huge advantages in doing this way rather than pressing in. Now, apart from being a lot more effective, the vibrations penetrate much better so they can get to the deep, hard to get at spots you can't get at by pressing in. Now, it's also usually no pain, no risk of causing damage, and no risk of pressing on something sensitive like a nerve or a blood vessel. Now, best of all, you don't need any special skills to do it. You just sit the machine on and let it do the work. You don't even need to find the spot exactly. As long as it's somewhere under the head of the machine, the vibrations will find it for you. So, let's show you how to use this technique on your calf muscles. Now these are anatomical pics of the muscles we'll be massaging. Now the X's show the common sites of trigger points, while the red shows where they refer pain to. Now if you have them, that pain will often come when you're walking or running. Now you can also get calf cramps or have difficulty or discomfort walking up hills or steps. So let's take care of our calf muscle trigger points. Now just a quick note, you'll hear the term trigger point treatment and trigger point release. Now they're practically the same thing, so you'll hear the terms used interchangeably. Also, because we don't need to rub and to avoid things like skin irritation, I'll be working through one layer of clothing. Now here's our calf muscles. Now, according to the charts we've seen, we should have trigger points up near the top and right down through the middle, but I always like to examine the whole muscle just in case. And the way I do this is to start with the flats of my fingers and do a general examination. And if you find areas that feel a bit tight or a bit tender, use the tips of one or two fingers to explore more deeply, looking for tight bands of muscle with tender lumps that shoot pain when you press on them. Now, once you've found the spot, all you do is sit the head of the machine on for about 30 seconds and let the vibrations penetrate. Now once you've finished it, you can maybe check and see if it needs a bit more. That's a lot better. Now what you do is just explore all the muscle and take care of anything you find like that. But I'll show you an even easier way. Now this is our quad head massager. As you can see, it's got 4 powerful vibration heads. Now all you do is sit it on the top of the calves for about a minute, and then you move it down the bottom and do the same. Now it soaks all the muscles in therapeutic vibrations and takes care of all the trigger points. So that's a simple way of treating and releasing trigger points in your calf. Now I think you'll agree it's a lot easier and nicer than using painful pressure or getting into some awkward position with a ball or roller. Now what I'd like to do now is quickly go over a few things to help you stay safe and get the best possible results, and you'll also find there's some more hints of precautions in the article linked above. Now keep in mind though that I can only give specific advice to my own patients, so consider this as general information only. Now one important thing with trigger points is that they're often part of a more complex problem, and they're often things you can do to help other than trigger point therapy. Now you do most of the work yourself, but I recommend that you get some professional advice. Plus, it's always good to make sure that it's actually trigger points and it's safe to do the trigger point therapy. Now, in the case of calf muscles, that's especially important because if you have blood clots in your veins, they can dislodge and end up in your lungs and kill you. Now the next thing we'll go over is whether you want great long-term results or just a bit of temporary relief. Now I mentioned before that if you use pressure techniques, the problem will almost always come back. That's the same if you get needles or laser. Now the main issue is that trigger point therapies and releases initially just quieten the trigger points down a bit so they're not hurting, which means they're still there and eventually start hurting again. Now, to get rid of trigger points completely, scientific trials show that after the pain goes, you need to keep treating them for maybe even 50 or 100 times. Now, if you're using a professional with needles and lasers, then once the pain's gone, I doubt you're going to make another 50 or 100 more appointments. Now, also strongly doubt whether you'll get excited about doing another 50 or 100 sessions of self-inflicted techniques either. Now, the practicality is that there's virtually no chance that needles, lasers or pressure techniques will ever get rid of your problem. And that's the big advantage of these. Now, once the pain's gone, you can easily keep doing it every day until the trigger points are gone. Then maybe once a week or once a month to stop them coming back. And the next thing you need to do is avoid percussion massages or massage guns and the techniques their advocates show you. Now, I'll share with you why. Now, what percussion massages or massage gun makers have done is modify vibration massages to make a marketing gimmick that's a lot less effective and a lot more dangerous. Now, the easiest way to explain this is show you an analogy of a construction compactor versus a jackhammer. Now, vibration massages are like these construction compactors, and they send large amounts of vibrations deep in the ground while barely scratching the surface. Now, percussion massager marketers have modified their machines to drive their heads into the muscles, claiming that it penetrates better and adds the benefits of conventional massage. Now, what they've really done is turn their machines into jackhammers. Now, remember that it's the vibrations that do the work. Jackhammers don't vibrate the ground anywhere near as much as a compactor, so percussion massages are far less effective. Now, the percussion marketers claim that driving their heads in like jackhammers gives better penetration, but if you look at these two machines, the jackhammer head goes in a bit, while the vibrations from the compactors are probably still doing their work a metre or two down. Now, I hope you can already see the biggest problem with percussion massages. You can sit a vibration massager like this on yourself, and it's usually very safe. On the other hand, if you have your percussion massager driving its head into the muscle, it can do all sorts of damage, or worse still, hit something like a nerve or a blood vessel. So, that's the machines themselves. They also set percussion massage techniques. Now, these are power tools, and just like most power tools, they work best if you just sit them on and let them do the job. So you just sit the machine on and let the vibrations penetrate. Now, if you try and move the machine around like conventional massage, you're not letting the vibrations soak in, so it'll be a lot less effective. However, the marketing gimmick of percussion massages is that they combine conventional massage with vibration, so that's exactly what they tell you to do. Now, percussion massages are very poor at delivering therapeutic vibrations anyway, so it probably doesn't matter with them. But I don't want to see you following their recommendations with a decent vibration massager. So, how do you find a decent massager? Now, I'll link an article above with full details, but they're not that common though. Most massages on the market are either ineffective consumer massages, massage guns, or both. Now, that's why a while back, to get something decent for our patients, we built our own, which are the two machines I've used here. Now, this is our general purpose massager. Now, we've had them for over a decade. They're widely used and recommended by professionals across a number of countries. They're very solid and reliable, and the business end develops strong therapeutic vibrations, and they have an ergonomic handle so you can easily use them anywhere on your body. Now, they do a fantastic job, but as you've seen, they're limited to what's under the head, which is why we built our quad head massager. Now, I'll pop a link above to more information on how to get one. Now, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments. Hey, thanks very much for watching. It has been most appreciated.